Hey everybody, good evening. It's Wesley Bedford. I'm going to start off tonight by asking you a question. How many times have you gone out to a restaurant, had a great meal or a great drink, and thought, you know what, I wonder how hard it would be to make that at home. I wonder how much less it would cost to make it at home. Well, tonight for my demonstration speech, I'm going to go through just that. My wife and I actually went out to an authentic Mexican restaurant, and I tried a margarita for the first time, and I watched them make it by hand using fresh squeezed fruit, and I thought, you know what, that's pretty easy, we can do it at home. So tonight I'm going to go through a couple things. I'm going to go through what's included in a margarita, the ingredients. I'm going to go through the different types of margaritas that you can have. And finally, I'm going to go through the most important thing, which is going to be what kind of margarita do I like to make for myself. So the first thing we have is ice. Seems like pretty common sense. Nobody likes to drink a warm drink. Margarita is no different. You're not going to want to drink it warm because it'll be gross. The next thing is, it's going to be tequila. Okay, so margaritacargo.com is a site that I checked, and basically it goes through the ins and outs of tequila and the different things that go into making a margarita. So it says that tequila is actually made from a blue agave, okay, and it's a plant that you can find in Mexico or southern United States or any other tropical or arid climate, okay. The two that I typically like to use, now keep in mind there's a bunch of them, and they range in prices, but the two that I typically use, the first one is actually going to be, it's a silver, and the reason that this is clear is because it's not aged and it's distilled in stainless steel bins or tanks. Okay, so once this is done being distilled, they basically bottle it and they ship it out to the consumer. The next kind is gold. Now keep in mind that these are made with the same process. The only difference is a lot of times these are aged in wood barrels, but more often than not, what they do is after the distilling process, they add a caramel color to it to make it this gold color. One of the reasons for that is they say it makes a smoother tequila. So this is more of a tequila that you're going to want to do for a shot as opposed to a silver or some other clear type of tequila, because those are a lot harsher. This one will go down a little bit smoother, okay? The next thing is going to be the salt, okay? So the salt that you use, they actually do make a margarita salt. It's a very coarse grind salt. It's not that iodized salt that you put on your food. It's coarse grind that goes on to the rim of your glass. They're also making specialty salts now. The one that I like to use is actually a sweet and salty lime salt. And basically what it is it's salt, but it's got a sweetness to it. So it makes it taste a lot better. It kind of cuts into that salty flavor, so it's not just straight salt, okay? The next piece is the mix. So as I said, when I went to the restaurant, I watched them make my margarita by hand, fresh squeezing and cutting the fruit. So I use a ton of limes. I probably couldn't even guess how many limes a authentic Mexican restaurant goes through in a normal night, because they used a ton just for my drink. The next thing is going to be lemons, and then the last thing is going to be oranges. And I'm really glad that they used oranges, because if I'm hand making a margarita using fresh fruit, how many of these do you think I have to squeeze compared to one of these? So plus I love the taste of the oranges. I think it makes it taste great. The other alternative, and you've probably seen these before, is a margarita mix. So basically what this is just a non-alcoholic mix, which is made just to kind of mimic that citrus taste. And these are great for if you're making a bunch of them, you don't want to spend your evening squeezing fruit, you can just get one of these and you can make a bunch for your friends. Okay? The last thing as far as what goes into the margarita is your glass. So we have a typical margarita glass. You have your normal just glass tumbler or your rocks glass. Now before I go into how I make mine, I just want to say that there is a couple different things that you can do. There's different mixes that they're making now. There's strawberry margaritas, mango margaritas, and you can even take all this stuff, throw it in a blender, and you can have a frozen margarita, which, you know, if you're out by the pool, great, but it's 60 degrees and raining right now here in Western New York, so that's probably not what I'm going to want to drink. So last piece, what do I put into my own margarita? So I like to use the rocks glass, just my preference. What you're gonna do is you're gonna rub the rim of the glass with the lime. You're gonna dip that into the lime salt. Okay, so you got a nice rim there. You're gonna take your ice. You're gonna drop that in there, get yourself a little ice, make you a nice cool drink. You got your tequila, and you got your mix. Almost perfect, like I planned it. And just to be fancy, throw a little lime wedge in there, and that's my idea of a perfect margarita. So next time you have Taco Tuesdays, instead of serving some cervezas, there's an idea to make your guest a margarita. I'm sure they'll love it. All right, everybody have a great night.